morning, children. In yesterday's class, you learned about the air and photosynthesis. How the process of photosynthesis is happening because of air. Air means here experiments conducted by Priestley. You learned and discovery of oxygen, discovery of oxygen, and discovery of other gases also. You learned in yesterday's class. And the importance of carbon dioxide for the process of photosynthesis also you have learned. Is it not, children? So from the air, the plants are going to take carbon dioxide through stomata and it is reaching the chloroplast, and with the help of roots where they are absorbing water, and the water also is reaching the leaves, and in presence of sunlight and chlorophyll, the organic molecule is going to be formed in the process of photosynthesis. In today's class, let us learn about light and photosynthesis. Light and photosynthesis. So photosynthesis means you know that it is a photochemical reaction. Okay, photochemical reaction. So what are the reactants used in the process of photosynthesis means let us recall the equation. 6CO2 plus 12H2O in presence of sunlight with the help of chlorophyll, they are going to prepare organic molecule. Is it not, children? So in Priestley's time, the importance of light for the process of photosynthesis was not much studied. Is it clear to you? That Priestley studied about the importance of gases for the importance of air for the process of photosynthesis. Is it clear to you? So here the reactants are carbon dioxide and water, and the products are glucose, oxygen, and water are formed. So you know that here in the process of photosynthesis, energy is prepared. Suppose if we see, so what Priestley did experiments. So Priestley's experiment, what it is going to make you to understand, which you read in which you learned already in Bell-Jar experiment. So there is a relation between the plants, organisms, and things to burn. Is it not, children? So plants are going to restore the gases which are released by the organisms or things to burn. Is it not, children? So when candle is burned, carbon dioxide is released. When the track whichever is used in the Bell-Jar experiment, it is releasing carbon dioxide. So that carbon dioxide is used up by the plant. Is it not, children? And the plant when it is kept in sunlight, it is going to release oxygen. Is it not? So here how the process is going to happen. So in the photosynthesis, oxygen is released. In the process of respiration, carbon dioxide is released into the atmosphere. So here what you are going to understand with that, how the process of releasing of oxygen in the process of photosynthesis is happening, and how the process of releasing of carbon dioxide in the process of respiration is happening. So in Priestley's time, it was not known. Later, what happened means here a Dutch scientist John Ingenhousz. So he was there for John Ingenhousz in 1779. He noticed what happened, how the process of photosynthesis happens. So he studied about the importance of energy. Is it clear to children? Energy means you know from where it is going to be, and already you learnt solar energy. Is it not, children? So here Dutch scientist John Ingenhousz, in 1779 he gave the answer that how the plant is able to release carbon dioxide, release oxygen, and how the plant is able to prepare food by the process called photosynthesis. Is it clear to you? So in the respiration, carbon dioxide is released. Is it not, children? So now here, when the plants are taken for his experiment, he noticed that the hydrilla funnel experiment, when it is conducted by him, he came to know that the plant, when it is kept in the sunlight, then more and more air bubbles were observed in the green parts of the plant. Is it clear to you? John Ingenhousz in 1779, what he said, the oxygen gas is released in the process of photosynthesis. He said that oxygen is released in the process of photosynthesis. When the plant is kept in sunlight. Is it clear to you? So, when the plant is kept in sunlight means what you can understand? Sunlight is a solar energy. Is it not, children? So, he used the hydrilla plant, which is said to be an aquatic plant, and when he used that plant for his experiments. Okay, so that experiment you are going to learn after completing this portion of the lesson. So, that hydrilla plant, when it is kept in light, it started releasing air bubbles. Is it clear to you? So that air bubbles, from where they are going to be coming means, that is because of the process photosynthesis. So how it is going to happen, you will learn later. Is it clear to you? So, another setup, whichever is used, whichever is kept in dark. Okay, so when he conducted the test for gas, then no gas was released. The plant whichever is kept in sunlight, air bubbles were observed. The plant whichever is kept in dark, no release of what is that, air bubbles. So what you can understand with that, when the plants are the process of photosynthesis is going to happen in the sunlight only. Is it clear to you? Then next point is said to be Engelmann in early 20th century. 20th century, clearly he gave the idea or a clear-cut picture of the importance of sunlight for the process of photosynthesis. So, Engelmann, a scientist in early 20th century, he gave the clear picture of the importance of sunlight for the process of photosynthesis. Is it clear to you? So, now you know that different forms of energies. So you learned also in previous classes. Okay, so why do we need energy means you learned we need energy for performing, for doing activities. So why do we get how do we get energy means through food we get energy, that also you know. Is it not, children? So now this energy, from where the living organisms are going to get means sunlight. So now different forms of energy, once if we recall. Okay, so you know that electric energy, sound energy, light energy, chemical energy, then nuclear energy. So like the different forms are there. Okay, so in that solar energy is also one of the forms of electromagnetic radiations. Is it clear to children? So the solar energy we are going to get from the sun. Okay, visual light we are going to get from the sun, and the light, that visible light lies between 400 to 700 nanometers, and the visual light is said to be, how it will be means, it is a mixture of 7 colors. Is it not? Rainbow colors are there, Vibgaya colors. So violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange and red. So that light, whatever it is able or whatever it is helping us to see the objects is a mixture of 7 colors, rainbow colors we call them. Violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange and red. So how that Engelmann proved that sunlight is very much critical for the process of photosynthesis and which colors of this rainbow are more and more suitable for facilitating the process of photosynthesis. All that was given by Engelmann. Is it clear to children? Then he used bacteria, that light sensitive bacteria. When he used for his experiment, all the bacteria were moving towards the blue to red colors. Is it clear to children? So here with the red and blue rays in between, the bacteria moved and that helps that where the process of photosynthetic activity is going to happen. Means what? That sunlight is playing a crucial role. So maximum sunlight if it is there, obviously the rate of photosynthesis also will be very much high. Is it clear to you? And in that also maximum photosynthesis is going to happen between blue and red colors, and green color light, that chlorophyll is present in the plants leaves, and that in the green color the process of photosynthesis will not be happening because it gets reflected. Is it clear to children? So like that here light is very much essential for the process of photosynthesis. Is it clear to children? Then the intensity of light, if we observe, it is very much important for the process of photosynthesis, and that was given by Engelmann. Is it clear to you? Then how it is going to happen? If we recall once again that equation for photosynthesis, 6CO2 plus 12H2O in presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. So we are going to get C6H12O6, that is glucose molecule, and oxygen plus water. So you know it very well. So here chlorophyll we have written. Is it not, children? Means what are the factors necessary for photosynthesis here? Carbon dioxide is needed, water is needed, sunlight is needed, chlorophyll is also needed. So what is chlorophyll? You know it very well. Chlorophyll is a pigment. Chlorophyll is a pigment. In 9th class you learned about plastids. Is it not, children? So different types of plastids we observe in different parts of the plants. So plastids are of different colors. You know that colored plastids are called as chromoplastids, and colorless plastids are called as leucoplasts. Do you remember, children? Yes, you remember. I know it. So here chlorophyll is present in the green leaves. Okay. So other pigments are also present in the leaves. Is it clear to you? So keratin is there, xanthophyll is there, beta carotene. So like the different varieties of pigments are there, and all the pigments, they form a center which we call it as reaction center. Is it clear to you? So chlorophyll, whichever is present in the leaves, chlorophyll and other pigments I am talking about. What are the other pigments? Xanthophyll, carotene. Is it clear to children? So all these pigments, they form as a center. Center means a place where the solar energy is going to be just fixed in the leaves. Is it clear to children? Everybody followed this one? Then so that place is called as reaction center, and here the process of trapping of solar energy and that energy whichever is getting from the sunlight is helping in converting this carbon dioxide and water, especially first this sunlight, through sunlight only chlorophyll is getting activated, and then the chlorophyll starts working in splitting the water molecule, then fixing the carbon dioxide and converting it into glucose molecule, which is said to be one of the carbohydrates, simple carbohydrates. Is it clear to children? So in that way, sunlight is very much essential for photosynthesis. Is it clear to you? So here you have to remember the scientists, their inventions, all that you have to remember. It is very, very important for your exam. Is it clear to children? So now chlorophyll is one pigment, I said. What is a pigment? Pigment is a chemical molecule which is having the capability of absorbing solar energy. Okay children? Is it clear to you? Pigment is a chemical which is having the capability of here absorbing solar energy of a specific wavelength, like is it different wavelengths are there. Is it clear to children? So now that is about a pigment. So what is meant by reaction center? The chlorophyll along with other accessory pigments. Just now I said other pigments are also there. They form as a center or place where the reactions of photosynthesis are going to be happening. Okay, so that one we call it as a reaction center. Is it clear to you? So accessory pigments maybe. What are the examples for accessory pigments, children? Carotene, xanthophyll, beta carotene. Is it clear to you? So etc. So many are there. So all these are said to be pigments. Is it clear to children? Then in that way, sunlight is very much essential for photosynthesis. So here what has done Engelmann? He used light sensitive bacteria in his experiment, and he proved that bacteria were moving towards the in between blue and red colors light, that's wavelength of these colors. So of solar energy, and there only the process of photosynthesis was much happening. So who proved that sunlight is very much essential for photosynthesis means that is said to be John Ingenhousz. He conducted an activity which we call it as a hydrilla funnel experiment. Is it clear to you? So now that we are going to learn. So here lab activity is given. Oxygen is produced during the process of photosynthesis. Oxygen is produced during the process of photosynthesis. During the process of photosynthesis. So here we have to prove in the process of photosynthesis how oxygen is released. Is it clear to you? So aim is this only. How can you prove that oxygen is produced during the process of photosynthesis? Materials. What are the materials needed? Beaker with water. Beaker with water. Then test tube. Test tube. Next, hydrilla plant or hydrilla twigs. Hydrilla twigs. Next one, funnel. Then burning splinter or matchbox. Burning splinter I will write. Burning splinter. So beaker with water, test tube, hydrilla twigs, funnel, burning splinter. So two we have to take. So we have to prove how or where oxygen is released. Okay. So you know that we are studying about the importance of light to the photosynthesis. Is it clear to children? So that is the reason 2 sets we are going to arrange. Okay, I will show you that diagram. Then same setup whatever we are doing here, like that we have to prepare another one and we have to keep it in dark. So after the period, after the time is over, you have to observe air bubbles. The setup which is kept in sunlight is able to release, or the setup whichever is kept in dark able to release the air bubbles. Is it clear to children? So now these are the materials. So now procedure. So before we go for procedure, we have to draw the diagram. So beaker and we are going to fill the beaker 3/4 with water. So we are going to fill beaker 3/4 with water. Is it clear to children? Then we have to take a test tube, and this test tube is filled with water full. Till the brim we have to fill it with the water. And in the funnel we have to insert here the hydrilla twigs. So first what we have to do, we have to take a beaker, fill 3/4 it with water, and next what we have to do, we have to keep the funnel. We have to keep the funnel which is having hydrilla twigs. Hydrilla is said to be a water plant. It lives in water. Suppose if you go to any park, you can see fine thread like green color pots. You can observe they are said to be hydrilla twigs. Okay. Then what we have to do? So the test tube whichever we have filled it with water. Is it clear to you? So that one we have to invert. We are going to invert the test tube whichever is filled with water on the funnel. Is it clear to you? Take a beaker and fill it with water 3/4, and we have to take a funnel and we have to insert the hydrilla twigs in the funnel, and we have to take test tube whichever is filled with water and we have to invert it on the beaker funnel. Is it clear to children? And this setup we have to keep it in the sunlight for 5 to 6 hours. Same setup, another one we have to keep in a dark. You know, you are studying this experiment for importance of light. Is it not children? That's why another setup we have to keep it in a dark. Then we have to observe. Is it clear to you? So now let us label the parts. Beaker with water and funnel with the hydrilla twigs. Beaker with hydrilla twigs. Then here test tube. Test tube. Is it clear to you? Now, after the time it is over, that is 5 to 6 hours time, we are keeping the setup in the sunlight, no children. So afterwards what will happen? We can see here small air bubbles. Okay, I will draw here like this. Small air bubbles. So till here the water was there, but because of air pressure, what will happen means here some gap will be formed, and here the air bubbles are going to be, so like that we can observe here air bubbles. Is it clear to you? Everybody understood? So what are these air bubbles? Air bubbles. Now we have to prove it now. Just you have seen air bubbles. So air bubbles means air will be there. Which component of air you have to prove it? Is it not children? So you know that in the process of photosynthesis, oxygen is released when the plant is kept in sunlight. Is it not children? So now we are studying about the importance of sunlight for the photosynthesis. Is it not, children? So now what we have to do, how can we test the that the gas whichever is released in the form of air bubbles is oxygen? How can we test means so test for test for oxygen gas. So now we have to take it gently like that. With force we are not supposed to take, because the gas whichever is collected, it will be escaped. We are not supposed to do. Gently we have to take, and before it comes to the level of water above, then we have to cover it with our thumb so that the gas will be present, and we have to close the test tube with our thumb. And what we have to do means, if we bring the burning splinter or matchstick very much close to the test tube, it burns brightly. So now test tube we got here where gas is there here, and here some water will be there, no? So that we will we will not consider. So here whatever gas whichever is there, so we are covering it with thumb, and if we bring a burning splinter, it burns very much brightly. It burns very much brightly. So what it indicates, oxygen is needed for burning things. Is it not, children? So if oxygen is not there, things will not burn. Everybody understood what I said? So for burning things, oxygen is needed. So with this activity, we can prove that oxygen is released in the process of photosynthesis when it is kept in sunlight. In this activity, what you are learning? The sunlight is important, and oxygen gas is released. Oxygen gas is released in the process of photosynthesis. You are going to learn. Is it clear to children? Everybody understood? So what is the test for proving that oxygen gas is released? Means, so here you can mention here just gas. So after proving this, you can write oxygen. So oxygen gas helps in burning things very much brightly. Is it clear to children? So this activity is going to make you to understand that in the process of photosynthesis, oxygen is released. So another setup we have used, and that setup we kept in dark. So if we observe there, no question of air bubbles. So what it is going to make you to understand? Here light is very much important for the process of photosynthesis. If light is there, plants prepare food by the process called photosynthesis, and oxygen is released. If light is not there, if light is not available for the plants, then there is no release of oxygen. Is it clear to children? Everybody understood? So in that way you can know the process of photosynthesis, how oxygen is going to be released. Is it clear to you? So now we learn about the light, how it is important. So we have to prove sunlight is also very much essential for photosynthesis. With an activity, sunlight, how it is essential for photosynthesis, we are going to prove. Is it clear to children? So here aim, sunlight is essential for photosynthesis. So we have to prove. How can you prove that sunlight is necessary for photosynthesis? Okay, so now sunlight is essential for photosynthesis. So now materials required. Another activity now we are doing materials. Okay, here potted plant. Potted plant. Potted plant means you know that it is said to be de-starched. De-starched. Then light screen. Light screen. Iodine solution. Iodine solution and watch glass. Or petri dish. Watch glass or petri dish. Is it clear to you? So what are the materials required? Potted plant, which is de-starched light screen and iodine solution and watch glass or petri dish. So why we are using here iodine solution? You know that iodine, with the help of iodine solution only, we are going to learn that if starch is present, it will change that leaf to blue black color. Is it clear to children? So now let us arrange the apparatus. So now we have to arrange the setup. So we are going to take a de-starched potted plant. So de-starched potted plant we are going to use, and next we have to select one of the leaves. And to that leaf, what we have to do? We have to arrange a light screen. So I am going to use this light screen with the help of clip. Is it clear to you? With the help of a clip, I just covered one of the leaves with the light screen. Is it clear to you? So still it is intact with the plant. So now this setup we have to keep it in the sunlight for 5 to 6 hours. Is it clear to children? So we have taken a de-starched potted plant and we have selected one of the leaves, and to that one of the leaves what we have done? We have fixed the light screen, and this setup is kept in sunlight, and we have provided water, and you know that when it is kept in sunlight it is going to get the carbon dioxide from air and energy from sun it is going to get, and after the time period it is over, what we have to do means we have to detach the leaf from the plant, remove the light screen. Is it clear to you? Then what we have to do? Boil the leaf. We have to boil the leaf, and next what we have to do? We have to go for a test for a starch. So now when we add here iodine solution, whichever is kept in a petri dish, so we have removed this portion is not provided with the sunlight. So this portion is provided with sunlight, this portion is provided with sunlight along with carbon dioxide and water, whereas this whichever is covered with light screen, it is not provided with sunlight, but water and carbon dioxide are there. So now if we put here iodine solution with the help of stopper, what will happen means you can know the result. What is that result, children? The leaf portion. So leaf we have boiled in water, and we have transferred it to the petri dish, and we are going to add iodine solution with the help of a stopper or dropper. Is it clear to you? So now the leaf portion whichever is not covered, we can observe blue black color. Blue black color. So you can observe here blue black color, and the leaf portion whichever is covered with the light screen, no change. Why it is there like that? This portion is not supplied with the solar energy, whereas other portions they are provided with the sunlight, then water, carbon dioxide. So in that way you can prove that sunlight is very much essential for photosynthesis. So here remember all the points, how much important the solar energy. Is it clear to children? So in that way you learned 2 activities. So one is said to be oxygen is released in the process of photosynthesis, and sunlight is needed for releasing of oxygen. Is it clear to you? So oxygen is released in the process of photosynthesis, and carbon dioxide is used up in the process of photosynthesis. Okay. Whereas in respiration, carbon dioxide is released and oxygen is used up. About that you learn in higher class, next lesson. So in this lesson, in this aspect of lesson, importance of sunlight you learned with the activity sunscreen activity. Sunscreen activity. Is it clear to children? Or light screen activity.